It's been a jam-packed, stacked, busy year for TV in 2019. Some of the biggest shows of all time came to an end, some were a big disappointment. And, well, with so much TV on right now, it's impossible to watch all of it. So I took a note of every show I watched this year, and now I've narrowed them down to 5. Of all of my rankings of Game of the Year, Film of the Year, TV Show of the Year, this was the hardest one for me to do, because there's a lot of good TV out there. But I did it anyway, so here are my 5 favourite TV shows of 2019. Of course, I'm in the UK, so they had to have aired in the UK in 2019. Bow before the Queen, because in 5th place this year is Season 3 of The Crown. With a new cast that seamlessly takes over from the brilliant cast of the first 2 seasons, an incredible feat in its own right, Season 3 of The Crown is pretty much business as usual. That's a good thing too, because the first 2 seasons were great. Essentially, The Crown is a big budget soap opera focusing on the royal family and featuring large dramatic events as backdrops. It's juicy with brilliant acting, gorgeous sets and visuals, and honestly, at times it's near perfect. Wow, way to set up a top 5. Season 2 of Barry is a mix of incredible laughs and harrowing drama. It balances the tones and moods really well, because one minute you're laughing and the next you might be crying. This season delved deeper into the backstory of the titular character, and it amped up the investigation surrounding him and his assassin ways, making it even harder for him to turn to acting. Henry Winkler, had a far more dramatic, meaty story this season, where he was in grieving and simultaneously trying to find out what happened to his love interest. And speaking of love interests, there was a killer performance from Sarah Goldberg. The highlight this season though was a self-contained episode all about Barry trying to kill one person who isn't so easy to kill, and then trying to cover things up when the person's daughter sees him doing it. It's hilarious and surprising, and one of the best episodes of TV this year. If you want a bit more comedy and a little less drama, turn to The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It has both, and it's simultaneously one of the best drama shows and one of the best comedy shows this year. This season is essentially just more Mrs. Maisel. It doesn't mix things up too much, but that isn't a bad thing, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and this show is still amazingly good. It's one of the few shows I sit through with undivided attention with a constant smile on my face. That's an impressive feat. I can't wait for more, and at this rate, if the quality continues, it might go down as one of my favourite shows ever. Without a doubt that one of the most harrowing and difficult shows to watch, but strangely also one of the most engrossing, was Chernobyl. The show focused on the events of the infamous Chernobyl incident of the 80s and the terrible attempts to both cover it up and subsequently fix it. Presented as part drama and part horror, Chernobyl is a TV experience like few before it. It's scary and frightening, not because of its story or characters, but rather its ideas and presentation. This was a real event with horrific outcomes to pretty much everyone who was involved, or just happened to be nearby. It's simply a must-watch. If you're not one for stand-up comedians or nuclear disasters, how about a business run by a family of arseholes? That's Secession in a nutshell. Secession is at times funny and surreal, but also grounded, important and relevant. It reflects current news and business affairs, while also dealing in soap opera-like rich person problems as if they're everyday normal things that happens to any old schmuck. Even though the characters are some of the worst individuals ever put on the screen, the show does a good job at peeling back the layers, revealing that while they are essentially bad people, there's a sympathetic side to them, and just like us, they're human. Add in a bunch of twists and surprises, this makes Secession an engrossing, edge-of-your-seat show. Well, thanks for watching. I'm sure you probably disagree with my rankings a bit. Maybe you agree with some of them, maybe you disagree with others. Let me know in the comments down below for my rankings and what your favourite TV shows of 2019 were. And of course, subscribe to my channel. The more subscribers I get, the more content like this I can make, and we all love that content. Thanks for watching.